And then we've got a big merger this morning in the media landscape. Charter Communications and Cox Communications announcing a merger. The proposed transaction valuing Cox at $34.5 billion, and Charter will absorb more than $12 billion in Cox's outstanding debt. Cox is going to own 23% of the combined entity. It's going to keep the Cox name post-closing, and Charter's Spectrum will become the consumer-facing brand. Charter's CEO, Chris Winfrey, will become CEO of the combined company, and Cox's CEO, Alex Taylor, will be chairman of the board. So a big deal, matters to us in so many ways. And we were taking a look. I don't even know where Comcast shares were, because for a long time there had been speculation.
Absolutely.
Would Comcast eventually want to try to merge with a Charter?
Especially under this administration.
Especially under this administration.
Might be more open to, that would be basically a national scale merger, which wasn't previously allowed. By the way, shares of Charter are now at almost 7% premium. It's almost like people are waking up and saying, wait a minute, they were unchanged when this was first rumored and crossing. We're seeing a much bigger reaction now. There's Comcast, still fractionally higher this morning by about 1/3 of 1%.
Look, part of the issue that I don't think gets talked about enough is the wireless situation, which is really
competition.
And Starlink. And not just Starlink, but by the way, Amazon's going to be having Kuiper soon, which is going to be its own satellite service, and then there's going to be competition among satellite providers. This is why the share prices have been
languishing. Even Comcast, it says we're a broadband company. That's fine, but to your point, even the fixed Wi-Fi, there's a lot going on here.
Well, look, when you owned the railroad tracks, and there were no other railroad tracks, it's a great business.
Yes.
But once all of a sudden you have other railroad tracks, it becomes a lot more complicated.
And just look at the news again this morning. Was it Starlink coming to United flights or something like that? I mean, every time there's an outage, whether it was that power outage in Spain or similar situations, you can see the market share gains that Starlink is starting to have. So it may not be fully ready for prime time, but rural America, for opportunities there. So yes, these combinations make more and more sense. It's just that this wasn't the particular one that was necessarily foreseen.